For millennia, man has looked toward the stars in the hope of finding intelligent life. Ironic, then, that by the time intelligent life actually reaches here, the only thing they may discover is the long-forgotten radio show by the idiotic simpleton known as DJ Anacross, here on New Eden Radio.
Right, welcome back to a new video. It's been a while since I've recorded a new video, quoting Boxy. My name is Boxy. It's a good little song actually, you can find that on YouTube. My name is Boxy. It's been a while since I've recorded a new video, but yes, here we are. This is me. And I thought today, for a change, not done a drive in a while, I thought that we would do a semi-long job, and that is to go from Gdansk, which is where I am currently, in Gdansk, to Cardiff. So let's go and pick up that job, which I've already made my way here. Let's hope that we can get out of here in one piece. The past video or so, I couldn't actually get out the parking lot without taking any damage. Somebody rammed the trailer as I was actually leaving, but let us hope we can get a little bit further along this time. But it's going to be a fairly long drive, so if I were you, I would put the kettle on, go and get yourselves a coffee or whatever it is you drink, because this is going to be fairly long. No way around. I've buggered it already. Right, now, time-wise, in-game, it's 12:15. But this is such a long drive. It's 1,934 kilometres. And that includes a boat distance, which has to be taken off it. But it's a fairly long drive. So this is going to take a while. No two ways around it. As I say, I'm in Gdansk, and it's fairly quiet at the moment. Whoa, a little bit of lag there. Understatement of the year. And yeah, here we go. Let's get this drive underway. I haven't been doing any videos past couple of days. I don't know if you're aware or care, but my wife and I work with abandoned animals, typically kittens, and we work with the most endangered. We don't take the cute and fluffy ones in. Other people do that. We take the ones that other people can't cope with, or the ones that have been mistreated. So we get the animals that are found buried alive or thrown in bins or chucked out of car windows. Those are the ones we deal with. And last week, or this week, take your pick, we had a couple of kittens die, both at 8 weeks old. So one was called Chucky, and I will drop Chucky's photograph in at the end of this video, so you can see Chucky. Chucky died at 8 weeks old, and Lucy. And Lucy, again, was also 8 weeks old. Both kittens came from a really, really bad situation. Woohoo! I think that was a little bit faster. Let's give him 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 style points. Oh, it doesn't work. What? I'll give you 8 out of 10. Right. Yeah, you pretty much. Right, let's carry on with the drive. Right. So yeah, we deal with the difficult cases. So Chucky died. Just suddenly he became sick and died, which was really sad and upsetting. And then Lucy died, and that was this week, on about just 2 or 3 days ago. Just literally a bolt out the blue. the new owners, we got her back to health, or so we thought, and then we got a message from the new owners just telling us that she literally just got sick and died. So that was very upsetting. So that's why I've not done any videos past couple of days. Of just what can I say, more real world problems than doing a computer game video. But here we are. Let us now drive and let's see how many more people we can pass that fly their trucks along. Let's get the cruise control now up to 80 kilometers an hour, and we can do a little bit of a cruise, as it were. Right, there we go. Lights on. So, let's see, start again. A couple of days ago I did a drive, kind of just for my own sake, without recording, and somebody collided with me head on. It wasn't accidental. As I came over the brow of a hill, they turned their lights off and rammed me head on purpose, completely intentionally, at which point I was able to use my recording software to go back in time. Using NVIDIA Shadow Play, you can actually re-go back over video. Even though you weren't recording, you press a button and it will remember the past 10 minutes. So that was very useful. And by the time I'd got the person's name, they'd logged off purposely to avoid a ban. I've dropped the video in low quality-ish on the forums, on the reporting thread, so you can see that there. I think it's on page 122 or 112, one or the other. And you'll see a little comment there by DJ Cross listing the offender, complete with a small video. I found that particularly offensive, because obviously this person had gone out of their way to ruin somebody else's game experience. But there will always be idiots out there. That's not the question. The question is how you respond to them. But there you go. Right, we now have 70 kilometers an hour reach. My brain is not working. 70 kilometers an hour is the speed we need to be doing. Now 80, and we've got 1,879 kilometers left to go. As I say, it's going to be a long drive from Gdansk to Cardiff. But, there we go. Now fuel wise, we're doing okay. We've got range of 997. So I think what we will do is get to somewhere in Germany, outside of Amsterdam and Rotterdam, which obviously are not in Germany, but somewhere nearish that sort of border, and then we'll stop at a petrol station, get some more fuel, and then save the game just in case any more idiots should come along. As I say, it's night time now, and I don't particularly like doing long night videos. Not particularly interesting for you, and I don't blame you for saying, you know, it was a bit boring seeing this dark road. Yeah, I agree. But if you look at the time, it's now 5 to 1, and by about 4:30 it will be daylight. And because this is such a long drive, I expect most of this will be in daylight, just not at the moment. Right, what else have I been up to? Not a lot. Been trying out a couple of new games, but nothing particularly major. I haven't really got into anything exciting, as it were, game-wise. I've got my wish list made on Steam for The Witcher 3. Whenever that gets released, I'd like to try that, The Witcher 3. So if anyone from The Witcher 3 is watching and say, hey, I've got a beta key for you, or even an alpha key, oh yes please, I'd love to try that, The Witcher. That looks quite funky for PC, that is. Look, not been down that road ahead, it's all grey. So I have to come back to this area at some point in the future. Well, I've got a new truck. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I had for a long time the Volvo, and it's a good truck. 780 horsepower. However, SCS Software have now done a licensing with with Mercedes to have Mercedes trucks in game, or properly done and rendered, which means something is going to happen to these Majestic trucks, because obviously there is no truck company called Majestic. And I thought to myself, well, soon it is very possible that the Majestic truck could completely disappear from this game. And then I said to myself, well, it would be a shame if I didn't at least drive one for a bit before it got changed to Mercedes. Maybe SCS Software keep Majestic in and Mercedes in. Oops, excuse me. It's entirely possible, but I doubt it. I think most probably SCS Software, as soon as they can, will phase out the Majestic trucks and phase in the Mercedes to replace them. Oh, there's a moon over there. Nice. So in which case, this truck that I'm driving now will no longer be available. So I thought, well, let's record it for posterity's sake, so we can say we've done it. And besides, you never know, maybe I get a free upgrade to a Mercedes, but we shall see on that one. What do I think of this truck? It's alright. It's not as powerful as the Volvo 780, but it does a good job. It pulls strongly. I do like the... I always pick the wrong spot. I'm going to slow down a little bit. I do like the running lights on the side. I think they're quite snazzy. Obviously driving down the country road at night is not the best place to show you. It's got the long side skirts over the gap between the rear wheels and the front wheels on the cab, and it's very pretty, and I quite like it. I'd change the interior, and now is not the time to be telling about the interior because you can't see jack shit, but I changed the interior from the all grey to the this horrible pinky reddy colour with the green brushed background. I don't know why. I just did. I just said, well, the grey looks a bit boring, so I'm going to change for this 1970s kind of pimpmobile style. It really is quite horrendous, and now isn't the time to be showing you the interior of the truck. As you can see very clearly, you can't see nothing, which is probably actually the best time to look at the interior of this truck is at night. Looking at it in daytime is not pleasant, so it's a perfect truck interior to be driving at night time. I completely agree with that. There is not a better truck to be driving at night. But, oh, there we go, hideous interior. Ooh, there it is. Yes, that hideous interior. It's quite nasty. Oh dear, it's going to be flashing like a disco at us. There we go. And petrol over here is cheap, or at least fuel. I think in game it's about €1.22. When you go over to England, it's like 1.59. In Amsterdam area, it's 1.36 or 1.40. But here, over in the going east area, it's €1.22 a litre. Ooh. I wonder if they do that in game. Update the prices as the in real world time. So you know, if there's a real world fuel shortage, then the price in game goes up. They could do it. I mean, I don't know why they'd want to, but it's entirely feasible that they could do that. Why is it whenever I drive along and say to myself, now would be a really good time to show the outside of a truck, I'm always on the bend or an S-bend or somewhere horrendous, which would be really bad to stop and show you. Such is life. Let me slow down a little bit, make sure no one's coming. Okay, let's see if we can show you the truck. There we go. So, yeah, it's pitch black, so you're not going to get much in the way of quality, but lots of little pretty lights for you. And yes, I'm a car transport. Ooh, what's over there? Whoa, you see that lag then? It does that a lot. If you've got a new player that joins your section of the map, while it loads in their vehicle, it can lag out quite intensively. So I've seen that do that quite a lot. So hello Zanderly, Mark 7, whoever you are. But, yeah, sometimes that lag pause is due down to another player entering or leaving the region. and it can be quite nasty sometimes. Right, obviously we're not breaking the speed limit, we're just driving. It's night time. Oh, lag again. Somebody else joined. Yeah, CIA, Mr. Panic. Okay, whoop, 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 whoop. Not a good spot to stop there, Charles. Not a good spot at all. But hey, such is life. Sometimes you can't always choose where you need to pull over in the event of emergency. It wouldn't be the first time that I was driving down the motorway in my car and having a cigarette, and it blew out of my hand and ended up on the rear seat of the car. I had to pull over in a hurry, very quick hurry, to find it and put it out before the rest of the car went up in flames. So yeah, you don't always have a choice as to when you need to stop an emergency. That's why it's called an emergency, because it's not planned. If it was planned, it wouldn't be a freaking emergency, would it? It would be, I don't know, a training exercise or something. Right, see what's coming. Oh, look. Okay, right. Now I've seen also on YouTube now, there's a fair few people doing these videos, and fair enough, the more the merrier. It's I appreciate. One of my friends asked me, he said, well, why don't you do these videos, because isn't it kind of pointless? A lot of people can do this themselves. Well, yeah, they can, but actually it struck me that not everybody can. There are certain people who are, what's the word, they have muscular impairment, or for whatever reason are unable to actually drive a game themselves or take part, and they can just watch somebody else do it and almost get a feel for what it would be like if they were doing it. Obviously it's not the same, but there are unfortunately an awful amount of people in this world who for whatever reason suffer some form of disability and are not able to play the game, or alternatively even possibly afford it. Let's face it, not everyone's got a computer. So there's a fair few people that like to watch these videos all the way around the world. Could be anywhere from Africa to Egypt to Cardiff, who just watch these games on a telephone or an iPad, or even down at an internet cafe for 50 cents an hour. So you know, let's not all be too judgmental and say, well, it's too easy, you can just jump on a PC game and play it. Actually, not everybody can do that. So yeah. Oh, another road up there I've not explored. So it looks like I need to spend quite a bit of time over this Gdansk area and exploring areas that I haven't already been to. Right, let's check the roads are clear. Looks fairly clear. Don't see any traffic lights coming, headlights coming. Right, and yes, I'm transporting cars, but when it is daylight we should be able to see better. But going back to these YouTube videos, it does appear that a certain amount of people record these videos with no audio, or at least just the game noise. Again, that's fine, but it did strike me that that was kind of, I don't know, I suppose in a way, you know, why listen to my droning voice? Well, why listen to anybody's? But I don't know, there is no right answer to any of this. Some people prefer one thing, some people prefer another. I'm going to say some people swear by NVIDIA graphics cards, other people swear by ATI graphics cards, and other people just swear that the PlayStation is completely great and that PC should go and blow itself up and suck ass and blah 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 blah. Who's right? It's all a matter of opinion. I don't really care, to be honest. Even though, personally speaking, I think NVIDIA rocks. Hoorah! And yes, apart from the fact this is now my sixth just it's such a rare occasion for me to use this word, I don't even know how to pronounce it properly. My sixth graphics card in a year and a half, but so far it's all been changed under warranty, so far so good, but God help me if it breaks again out of warranty. So NVIDIA, if you're listening, I've already had 6 GTX 690s in a year and a half, so if you'd like me to do more videos and tell everyone just exactly how good NVIDIA are, then a GTX Titan would be about peachy about right now. Ooh, more importantly, make sure it's got a really good warranty, because I would be so pissed if somebody gave me a GTX Titan worth about €4,000 and it broke after a couple of weeks or months and I couldn't afford to repair it. Oh no, that would be no. Let's not go there. So yes, if NVIDIA's listening and has a spare GTX Titan for me to review, I'd be more than happy to review it. Just make sure it comes with a very long warranty, because I'm getting a bit tired of changing in video graphics cards. Right. We now have 1,609 kilometers to go. We've done 290. It's taken 2 hours. So I told you this is going to be a long drive. So ETA is going to be tomorrow, Friday, at 4 o'clock in the morning. And in the middle of that, we've got a boat journey to take, and that's going to mess up the timetable a little bit. So there we go, to Berlin. Right. Really, it's an 80 zone on a corner like this. Yeah, well, I think that's a little bit... speed limits aren't always correct, let's put it that way. Oops, let's just check what's coming. Yep. Oh, a toll booth. Maybe it's a good time to do the first save of the game out of this toll booth, I think, just in case some idiots are lurking around, because there's always one. Alright, let's go over here. Woo, slow. Right. Okay, slow it down. Go forward. Okay. Stop. What I'm going to do right here, right now, is save it. I just call it number 1. I don't see the need to give it a huge, long, complicated name. Alright, we're through. There we are. Car transporters. Ooh, what do you reckon they are? Peugeots? Or Mondeos? No, not Mondeos. They look to me like Peugeots, and I would say 4 Series. Ooh, that bonnet line, it's got a touch on the blue car there. That bonnet line's got a touch of, what's the word? Skoda Octavia? So, yeah, anyway, let's carry on. So, 70 zone, we need to accelerate up a little bit, and then we can put on our cruise control and just settle back and cruise for a bit and watch everybody else just overtake us. I'm going now to a 90 zone, is it 80? Okay. Speed camera on the right, just passing it. Bum, bum, bum. Moon over there in the distance, nice silhouette. Oh-hoo! Catch up a little bit more speed. Who's that? Logistic Mweki 25. I say 25, but Mweki 25. I don't know what that is over there. Can't really see. Oop, boom. Right, slow down a little bit. There we go. Cruise control on, and now we can just sit back and play our Yorkie Bar songs. I'm all over the place in this view. Okay, there we are. Oop, there's lag then. Yeah, right. Whenever there's lag, I always like to jump straight back into the cab. It gives me a little bit better chance at driving. That's Mirek. Petrol station. We've got 683 kilometers range left. We'll stop at the next one. The very next petrol station we'll stop at. Right. Speed okay. Fuel okay. It's all pitch black. Will be daylight soon enough. In a couple of hours. Which will be another 200 kilometers. Where's that? Berlin and Wrocław, which I think is Warsaw in Polish. Obviously my Polish pronunciation is not that great. Although I did have a small tip for us lads out there. I did have, I say past tense, I haven't seen him in years, I did have a Polish friend, and a very nice chap. Actually, I think he was from Ukraine. But either way, what he did was he used to take a bottle of vodka in January, and he would open the bottle of vodka, and then he would put 2 chilies inside the bottle, hot ones, small red hot ones, basically whole, not split or sliced or anything, just 2 whole chilies, the hot ones, inside a bottle of vodka in January, and then close the lid, seal it, and then leave it in the cupboard for a year. And he tells me that this used to be a very popular drink in Ukraine. Basically, it's a Christmas drink. Obviously, didn't cost a lot to produce, but they would only drink this in winter, at the coldest time of the year, and typically over a Christmas meal, they would have chili-infused vodka. Now, you could be saying to yourselves right now, you know, that's a good idea. Well, actually it is, and you could do it at any point in time. You could literally go out tomorrow and buy a bottle of vodka, stick 2 chilies in it, and then leave it for a year. And the thing I noticed about this vodka was when you open the bottle, the contents had gone a very slight sort of rosy colour, almost like a rose petal colour, very, very, very light reddish colour. Which gives you an idea, going too fast, which gives you an idea as to just how much chili had managed to infuse into the vodka. What did it taste like? Well, I won't lie, it wasn't like the films where everyone's jumping around the floor, holding their throats, crying, going, oh my god, it's like firewater. It wasn't like that. It wasn't anything silly or, you know, totally over the top theatrical. But at the same time, you could definitely feel the effects of the chili in the vodka, and it was definitely warming. I mean, myself, Pete, Steve, my brother Mike, we all we all kind of had that rosy glow to our cheeks. You know, it wasn't insane. It wasn't like going for a chicken fowl. Or anything like that. It was certainly drinkable. I don't think you could drink a bottle of it in one go, although I imagine quite a few Russians do on occasion. But that's another story. Yeah, it was drinkable. It gave us that warm Christmas glow on a winter's night. So we left his house with noses that glowed a bit like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and yeah, you could see us walking down the road. We had, I don't know if any of you are old enough to remember this, but we kind of had that Shreddies, was it Ready Break? the Ready Break kids advert from the 80s, where the children used to eat Ready Break, and they'd leave the house and they'd have this red line around them, which was that warm glow. Well, that was me and my friends leaving my Polish friend's place, having had a couple of chili vodkas. We definitely had a glow about us. You know, there was no doubt about it, but it wasn't crazy. But the other thing I noticed about my Polish friend, and I do believe he's from Ukraine. I haven't spoke to him in years. I moved away like 2,000 miles away and really lost contact. But one of the things I do remember. Oh shit! I always say I stop at the next petrol station and forget. It's like my dad. Oh, I need the toilet. Yeah, I'll stop at the next one. Yeah, one of the things I remember about his family was they were so generous. I mean, we'd go around his place and it'd be like, hey guys, you know, like I say, we'd go to see Pete, and we'd be talking, and his mother would come in, and I mean, Pete was a big lad, you know, and his mother would come in and say, oh, you guys, sorry, I can't do a Russian/Ukrainian accent, but you know, you must be really hungry. So she'd come in with these cups of tea, which were like buckets, and then she'd be like, you want cake? So yeah, well, you know, okay, we'll have a little bit of cake, but she'd come in with this plate, and it wouldn't be like a little piece of cake. It would be like the cake sliced into like 40 pieces, but then round it would be loads of little other cakes and other stuff. So you get like this huge selection of food and be like, wow, holy crap. And then you'd kind of eat it to be polite. Then the father would come in, and he'd always be quite a jovial chap, you know. And he'd be like, hey lads, you want some Russian vodka? And I'd be like, oh god, here we go, it's okay, I'll have a couple of those. Hey, I've got some new Russian beer, fine, and stuff like that. And the wife would be back in 10 minutes later, and she'd be like, lads, you want some chicken stroganoff before you go out? It's good, some goulash, you have to... But like, what the fuck? So, yeah, I mean, whenever we went round to Pete's house for 10 minutes, we'd come out 2 hours later, absolutely stuffed to the gills. It's almost like somebody had been feeding us with force feeding us with pumps, and this probably explains why, I don't know which lane to be in here, this probably explains why my friend Pete was the size he was, because he was huge, and I could never really work out why he was so large, and then I kind of worked out it's because his parents, having had so little in the way of availability in whichever part of the world it was they came from, Ukraine or Poland, when they came to the UK, they kind of made up for it, and all the things they ever wanted to treat themselves to when they were younger, they gave it to their son, and he was huge, Pete, until my brother died, and at which point Pete then decided to cut back on the excesses. He'd seen the way my brother went and decided to take it a bit easier on life. So the next time I saw Pete, I think, when did I see Pete? Probably a few months after my brother's funeral. And yeah, Pete had seriously slimmed down a lot, and he put a lot of that down to moving out of his parents' house. He wasn't 18 anymore, and eating properly, as it were, as opposed to just eating by a force fed like a battery hen. But yeah, they're nice people, and that all goes back to the chili vodka. So there you go. If you've not got much money, and you could probably do it now in time for this Christmas. I don't think it would have that much bite, but you could always add more chilies. So whereas my Polish friends, what they would do is 1 or 2 chilies in a bottle of vodka. Considering we're now September, so you've got September, October, November, December, 4 months. So let's times by 4 the number of chilies. So if you were to buy a bottle of vodka, I would say add 8 or 10 small chilies to it now, and that'll give you approximately the same amount of kick as if you'd put 2 chilies at the start of the year. Logic is that. That's a way of doing it. So yeah, and it doesn't cost much money. Whatever a bottle of vodka is, who's that idiot? Whatever a bottle of vodka is, add the cost of 4 chilies. The hardest thing, spotlight's on. The hardest thing would be to not drink it. It's easy enough to say that, but if you've got a bottle of booze in the cupboard, and one night you're on the sauce and you've run out, you say, oh fuck it, I'll just go and have my soda. The hardest thing will be to leave that bottle inside the cupboard. It's about like these people that have these wine collections, and they say, well, I've got this 50-year bottle of wine. It's like, how the hell did you keep that there that long? Because whenever I have parties or friends over, and they're like, what you got to drink? It's 2 o'clock in the morning and everywhere's shut. And yet you just want that one last glass of wine. Well, I've got this bottle in the cupboard, I'm trying to save it. Yeah, right. Pop, glug, 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 glug. There you go. So hat off to anyone that can keep booze that long. I mean, I suppose when they've got these wine cellars out in the country, and they've got their manservant serving it to them, you always see it with a kind of locked gate. Now I know why that locked gate is there. It's because at midnight they throw away a key, so that at 2 o'clock in the morning, when you've got the first on, you can't get to it. Otherwise it would all disappear, I'm quite sure. So, alright, a bit of lag going on. Hello there, who's that? Team Aris, some of you are. Sorry about dazzling you, but I need to see what the hell is going on. 3:46, so within an hour it should be daylight fairly soon. Sorry about all these night videos, I don't have a choice. The clock time, which at the moment in-game is 3:47, is preset by the server. I cannot change that time. The only way for me to change that time literally would be for me to not do a video for 2 hours, and that's not always that easy. Sometimes recording a video like this is a question of when I've got 3 hours in my life available in one block, not let's do it in 2 hours time, or maybe in 2 hours time I'm out with a wife or feeding cats or going to the vets or something. It's not always doable. But I'm free now, so this is when I'm recording the video. And I could always turn around to the server admin and say, please wind the clock forward an hour, but I think he would tell me to go away. Right. Okay, 1,342. There we go, kilometres left to go. I'm over the white line. Oops. There we go, let's get properly in lane. Driving with a keyboard, by the way, is nasty. You can do it I'm doing it. All the videos I've made so far I have done with a keyboard. I can't say I wouldn't recommend it because I'd be lying. I mean, it's how everyone drives in this game pretty much. But if you can get yourselves a steering wheel, I think this would revolutionise the gameplay. A little bit like, what is the word, getting the accelerator pedals, clutch and brake, and the little gear changer will make this game better. Now I need to stop at this petrol station, A, to get some more petrol, because I'm running a little bit low, 431 kilometre range, but B, so that I can make a save at this point, because we are getting closer and closer to Amsterdam, Rotterdam, that sort of area, Dover, Calais, and also so we can save this. So there we go. Right, how much is the petrol? 146. As I say, over in Poland it's like 122, and over in England it's like 159. But it's nothing like real life prices. I don't know. Right, let's save the game. Dump pump. Save the game. And let's carry on driving. Okay. Look at our truck. So far no damage, which makes a change. There we are. Oh yes, so sexy, so sexy. It's a majestic truck. Can't see my driver very well. It's so dark. There's a colour scheme, the two-tone paint job, which again only shows up under the right lighting conditions. At the moment, not a good time. And there we are. Right, let's carry on with the road trip. Time now 4:05. Typically, I think in game it gets daylight about 4:30, 4:45. So I'm hoping that it will. Yeah, I think it's starting to lighten up already a little bit in the distance. Look, it's becoming a little bit more daylight. Yes, good. That way you can see more, because nighttime driving is a little bit boring for you. I appreciate that, but at least the good thing about nighttime driving is you don't get to look at this hideous interior, which is just nasty. I mean, come on, it is the green and the pink. God blimey, it's like one of these bad acid trips. But yeah, right. Okay, let's concentrate on the road and see where we're going. Okay, 1,318 kilometres. We've got a full tank of gas. It's now 4:10. Very soon, in game for the next 10 minutes, it'll be daylight. And yeah, let's get it on. Good to see that the admins are busy. As I say, there was a forum post which says that up until the 29th of September 2014, you can apply to be a server admin. There is a page on the forums on how to do that. Go to the Europe Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer forums, and there's a post there on how to apply to be an admin. The application date finishes on the 29th of September 2014. So if you're watching this in 2016, tough, you missed it. Am I going to apply to be an admin? Not really. I don't think anyone really cares about what I do, to be honest. Right, there we go. I never know which lane to be in. I never know which lane to be in. I mean, okay, I can't go down the corner with a keyboard properly, it's not very easy. But should I be in the right-hand lane, or the middle lane, or the left-hand lane? I think I'm going to go in the middle lane. Kind of, yeah. Khaki and Remix GD. Hello to you guys. Okay. Right. Let's put the cruise control on. (1,274 kilometers left to go. It's now becoming more and more daylight as we travel. My uber sexy truck. Yes, indeed. Oops, around, so what the hell? 266 stopped in lane. What the hell are you doing there? Why is he stopped in the lane? Over there. I don't know. I was just umming and ahhing whether to report him or not for being stopped in the motorway. It's not very busy around here. It's not quite the it's not quite the same as if it's in Rotterdam, is it? Okay. Okay. But still, it's not a good place to stop. But you never know. Maybe somebody just rammed him there. Or maybe he just went AFK. Hello, Green Transvaris down there. Hello. Right, going a bit fast. Okay. Cruise control on. Onto this line. Right. And yeah, this interior is really, yeah, it's Pimpmobile. I mean, it's quite nasty. It's like it should belong inside a, yeah, no mind. Still, it's just nasty. Yeah. As nasty as it is, it's not as bad as the all grey. I mean, the all grey, you think, well, it's okay, but it's just so boring to look at. I mean, at least this horrible green and red is, dare I say it, different. But yeah, it's fairly hideous. Pimp my ride, bro. You got there. Not many places to stop and have a Kodak moment. At the moment, we are cruising down the autobahn, I presume, at 80 kilometers an hour, and I don't see many places to stop and take a photograph, really. Not there are many good places to. Oh, look at that! That tower reminds me of something out of Myst, the old computer game. Right. Fair dues to the admins. They try their best, but a lot of them aren't from England, so their English isn't quite up to scratch. So take it with a pinch of salt, and they do misspelling, so they are doing their best. Sometimes they don't get it quite right, but their intention is in the right place. But it's quite difficult to admin a server like this. There's so many people, and you never know, somebody could just be having a bad day, or they could be an idiot. But when you're an admin, it's very difficult to tell the difference. Right. 1,195 kilometers left to go. Approaching Dortmund, Ausfahrt, which means exit in German. So if we can, yeah, we can. Right, so we're approaching Hanover, using the F5 button to zoom out. So we're approaching Hanover. There we go, zoom in, zoom in. Yeah, it's a fairly long drive, this, really. Tap, tap, tap goes the keyboard. Okay. Oh, which line? So aim for Hanover, Dortmund. They're fairly quiet at the moment. Server is fairly quiet where I am. Bit of lag, and yeah, that's why those lag spikes come in. It's because the computer's loading in their trucks and all the graphics on the side. Obviously, that's what causes that instantaneous lag. The more busier spot you pass through, the more of a lag there is. Okay, a few trucks there on the other side. Let's slow down. So what's going on? So all behaving themselves, are they, or not? It looked like somebody had crashed them, but they just left, haven't they? I have to watch that one on the video again. I didn't really see it very clearly as I was concentrating on driving. Right, we are going straight on, so we want to be in the middle lane, I presume. Somebody up ahead of us, don't know who that is. We'll find out shortly, or not, depending on what speed they're doing. Yeah, still a bit laggy. Okay. FR, Capar, whatever. Somebody from France. ETS Summit. Hello, Summit. I think it's Summit or Sam IP, or do we not care? Right, so that means the person in front of us is no doubt Shevchenko v1. Right. Okay, keep on heading towards Dortmund, not Osnabrück. This pink steering wheel. Eey. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Right. Well, we don't need any gas. Should we stop and save the game? Oh, it's hard to know. It's hard to know what to do. Or shall we be brave and go for it and risk getting damaged and doing the whole video all over again because of some prick? Fuck it, let's stop at the next one and save it. Yes. Right. I think there's anyone there. No. Okay. Are wind farms that prevalent? I don't travel as much as I used to. But, maybe there are that many wind farms, but it just appears that in Euro Truck Simulator, wherever I go, there's wind farms lately. But, maybe there are that many wind farms. We do need to find some way of renewing the world's energies. But, maybe wind farms are the way to go, maybe they're not. I don't know. I'll leave that to people cleverer than I. Alright, here we are. Oops. See, I can't even stick in a straight line correctly. There we go. Right. Certainly not when I'm moving. Nice countryside. Yes, nice countryside. Tap, tap, tap. Nice trees. Hello, trees. Yeah, it's quite immersive countryside. I've seen a lot worse. Right. 1,089 kilometres left to go. And I don't know, I don't think we're going via Europort. I think we're going from Calais to Dover, because we're going to Cardiff. I don't know which route it's sending us, but I'm hoping it's not sending us via Europort, because that's just meh. Oh, it doesn't mean to say that we won't meet the Europort traffic, though. That's another story entirely. Okay. Right, 5:10 on Thursday in game. Nice and sunny now almost. Let's slow down a little bit. Slow down a bit more. Have a proper look at the truck in the daylight. There we go. There we go. There's a colour just starting to pop through. But you really do need strong sunlight to see the colours pop out better. Let's get a move on again before somebody drives in the back of us and then reports us and say, "You were stopped on the motorway." See, look, it's like this guy. There you go, Shadow Phoenix, hello. Because he would have been pissed if he drove in the back of us, I can tell you that. And he would have had every excuse to be shouting and screaming, because, yes, I shouldn't be stopped in the middle of a motorway, really. Right, Wotan 85. Hi, Wotan. I'm not really certain what Wotan means. Does anyone know what Wotan means? Does it just mean person of a small appendage trying to be a big person? I don't know. It's Wotan. It's probably like, what, 6? My name is Wotan. But yeah, that's another story. Right, here we are. Euro Truck Simulator 2. It's right off there. Some trucks disappearing. It's me then here. 1,050 kilometres left to go. So what we got there? We've got a CD player. Is that a CD player to the left? God, looks like a real 1980s CD player. That. And on the right, ooh, God, also looks like a real 1980s CD player. One in the middle, that's got to be a CB radio. Then we've got our door, window, brake controls, heater controls, all the rest of it up there. But that radio looks seriously old school. Right. I suppose it's what they call an anti-theft radio. They call it an anti-theft radio because any thief looks at it and says, fuck that, I'm not stealing that crap. It's like, sod that. Yes. So it's an anti-theft radio. No doubt they charge you an extra $2,000 to install an anti-theft radio. It costs more money than a decent one. It's, a decent one people wants to steal. But those ones, oh no, they've got to be made special. Ordered in special. The special anti-theft CD and radio system. Yeah. Right. 1,026 kilometres left to go. Oh dear. It's going to be a slow journey. Right, I had a thought of doing other games. I'm not certain. I've got Battlefield 4, but it's been done to death. There's not much I can do or say in Battlefield 4 that somebody hasn't done before. In fact, it's getting harder and harder to pick a game to review or play through that hasn't been done. I'm not being funny. They're kind of used. Doing a review of a video game after 500 other people have already done it is like sleeping in used bed sheets. Yeah, you can do it, but you kind of feel a bit dirty and filthy afterwards, and covered in a few unmentionables in the process. Yeah. So if anyone wants me to review a game, please. I haven't been to that petrol station down there before. It looks like quite a nice one too. If anyone wants me to review a computer game, I'm quite happy to. If anyone's got any alpha or beta keys for any games, I'd be more than happy to take them off your hands and review a game, even if it's only for a few days before the key expires. Unless it's one of those games. It's happened to me once. What was it? It was a game, and it was 22 gigabytes. So I downloaded this 22 gigabyte game, and no sooner than I had don't put it out like that. No sooner than I had downloaded this 22 gigabyte game than the beta key I was using expired 3 days later. I was not happy about that. It took longer to download the freaking thing than it. Oh, DJ, hello, Trafficante. Let's give him a wave. Oh, shit, hold on. This is really difficult because you can't do it while you're driving. Otherwise, you can end up wrapping yourself around a tree. Because as soon as you press the Y button to type, obviously the keyboard controls now think they're text to type with, so you lose all control over your vehicle. I learned that the hard way because somebody say hello to me a while back, and I pressed Y to type and then promptly crashed into a lamppost. Duh. So yeah. So I learnt that the Wohin. What the hell is Wohin? Wohin. I know Wothan anyway. Right. So yeah, don't drive and type at the same time unless you're on a very, very, very long straight. Otherwise, you'll end up in the bushes. Okay. Somebody coming, yes there is. And I need to stay in this lane, which is fine. Speed, I'm doing okay. Lane control, I'm doing bloody awful. And there we go. I'm turning off here. And where are we heading to? We're heading to... Can't read it. I can't read it. It's all squeaky. Right. Oh, typical. The petrol station I wanted to stop at to save is up ahead of us, but we're not going that way. Right. Nobody there. No, good. Okay. Check it's clear. Check it's clear. There we go. That's quite pretty, isn't it? You could almost imagine the birds tweeting and the cold. Kind of miss that actually in the morning. The kind of dew and the cold air. Like 6 o'clock in the morning. I live in a place that is hot all year round, and there's very little cold mountain roads. Let's put it that way. I think the highest point on the island I live is 540 meters. So cold mountain air, not something I get much. Right, let's carry on. We've got 936 kilometers to go. We've still got to take a boat ride, and I don't know where we are right now. We are. I still don't know where we are. Oh, we're heading near Duisburg. For some reason it's put us on this real weird windy country road. Not that I've got a problem with that, but surprised to see there's no motorway route we couldn't have taken that would be better. There you go. And there we are. Nice new cars, all for delivery. Although they're a little bit, what's the word? Cardboard box people, that's the word. There's no soul to them. I mean, I was driving in town today, and as I do every day, I look at the range of vehicles, and if you think about it, there are dozens of different manufacturers of vehicles out there. Okay, price-wise, can get a bit stupid. Ooh, probably. But the vast range of vehicles out there, the Ford Mondeos and the Ford Focuses and the Fiestas and the Hyundais and the Peugeots and the Citroens, they're all boring. I mean, you think about all the styles you could have a car, from futuristic to old-fashioned through to, I don't know, American muscle. All the cars nowadays are just this generic one-size-fits-all kind of Euro male, female, mouldy, just bleh, boring. Unless you start spending some serious money, for the most part, at the lower end, 13,000, 20,000 price point end, most of the cars are fairly generic and boring. Such a shame. I mean, Alfa Romeo used to be good. Back in the 80s, they were doing some great cars. The Alfa Sud, the Alfa Sud Sprint, the Green Cloverleaf, some great cars. And then they fucked it up because they bought the metal from Nissan, so all the cars rusted to death. And at that point, everyone said Alfa Romeo cars have got rust problems, and that pretty much killed them. And although I was so get tired. See, real world tiredness. Forget in-game tiredness, got real world tiredness. So at which point Alfa Romeo then came back with those, is it the Epsilon? It's an absolutely hideous small little two-person freaking car thing from Alfa Romeo. Oh my god. So yeah, whatever Alfa Romeo have been up to, I think they've got a new sports car coming out though. Is it the AC2 or CR2? Something like that. That looks quite tasty, but all the Galettas they're producing and all this stuff lately are just... I think the last attractive car that Alfa Romeo made that I liked and I owned was the Alfa Romeo Alfa Sud Sprint Green Cloverleaf. Now I say Sprint because it was like an Alfa Sud, but it had a lower body and it had basically a Lotus Elan shape to it, and it was a very attractive car. However, it had one fault, as always. The engine in it was a 1.5 boxer, which means that the cylinders go vertical to each other. It's not a flat four, it's like a V-twin almost, but at 90 degrees. So it's a horizontal flat engine. It's called a boxer, and it was only a 1.5, so it only had 104 miles an hour top speed. That was its Achilles heel. Its maximum top speed was not that good, but it was so quick down country roads that you could lose anybody else, no matter what car they were freaking in, because this car was so light and manoeuvrable at the, I suppose, whoops, going on here, I suppose you could call it the all-important 40 to 60 mile an hour range, because really, truthfully, when you're driving on normal roads, that's the important time, and important speed areas. So at that speed range between 40 to 70 miles an hour on country roads, this car, this Alfa Sud Sprint Green Cloverleaf, drove like it was on rails. I mean, literally, you could take corners in that other people couldn't even dream of. Yeah, brilliant car, but its Achilles heel was its top speed. It just wasn't that fast overall. But that was the last truly great car they made, and I suppose, well, if you say, well, did they make a faster car than the Alfa Sud Sprint Green Cloverleaf 1.5? They did, and it was the GTV 2.6. But the GTV was a much heavier car, and because it was a much heavier car, it kind of lost all the benefits of being a small lightweight car, if you get the idea. Basically what you wanted was the Alpha Sud Sprint green cloverleaf with a 1.8 or a 2 litre turbo engine. That would have been cool, but no, they didn't. They did a 2.6 litre GTV, and it was a bit heavier, a bit older, the mechanical design. Still a very nice car, but I think that was, for me, the heyday of Alfa Romeo design, or at least went on the wane, because since then, since the 90s, Alfa Romeo cars have not been that good. A bit like Lancia. What the hell have they been thinking lately? Lancia's design teams? Ugh. No, don't like Lancia either. And Jaguar, on the other hand, I've already mentioned about Jaguar. Jaguar just this week talks about a new car. Not the F-Type Coupe R, which everybody knows that I want, but the new one, which is coming out in 2015, the Jaguar XE. Nice car. About the size of a BMW M5 Series. Yeah, quite like that. I like the F-Type more, but yeah, the XE isn't a bad car. What else? Who cares? Right, we've got 800 kilometers. We are doing 75 at an 80 zone. Fuel, we've got 1,000 kilometer range. Going straight on here. Let's watch out for idiots. Doesn't appear to be much. And let's carry on towards Brussels. Okay. Well, so far so good. Not too many idiots so far, but I imagine this road's going to be fairly busy. Who do we have in front of us? It is Serega from Russia. Oh yes, my favourite Russian drivers. But he's got ping lower than me, so let's just slow down a little bit. Okay, slow down a little bit. Okay, cruise control on. And let's see what happens. Okay. Not saying that all Russian drivers are bad, but the most of them are pretty shit. But I'm sure this chap in front will be fine. Obeying the speed limit so far, which is always a good sign. Yeah, nice countryside. Let's, probably the worst place to stop. Let's pull over a second. Stop. That's my back end looking terrible. Oh, didn't want to do that. I wanted to stop to take a photograph. I didn't want to stop and take the entire road up. Okay, I'm just going to park on this side then. So we can just have a look at the countryside a second. Stop there. There we go. Nice canal in the background. Nice village. Crane. New Eden radio. Yes, of course. The truck. Colours starting to pop. There we go. There's the colours popping out. That's what we're talking about. See, lovely, isn't it? Yes. Right. And who's that? Nizox. So there we are. Nice countryside. Right. Let's start again. And there's the hideous interior. Right. Let's carry on. Getting a dry throat. I could use some vodka with chili in it. That would certainly clear my throat and all my sinuses for about the next year, I imagine. Right. Blocking. B-L-C-O-K-I-N-G. Doesn't spell blocking, mate. I'll leave it up to you YouTubers to work out what it's actually saying, but it doesn't say blocking. It says something similar to blocking, but not quite spelt the same. There's a slightly different meaning to it, to put it mildly. Right. So here we are. So you'll all go scrambling back on the video now to work out what it was he was putting, but I'll let you work that one out for yourselves. But it wasn't blocking, but it was very similar. Right, even if it did have a slight different meaning from it, but there we go. Oh, petrol station, and it's on the wrong side of a road. The reason why I say petrol station is... Actually, I can stop anywhere, it doesn't need to be a petrol station. Look, you see that? Look, I've gone to all that trouble of making such a lovely car park, right, even a guy walking, and there's nowhere to pull into it and park, which makes no sense. If there's a car park, how are you supposed to get into it? Same again here, look. There's a French, I don't know, not embassy, but customs maybe. And again, you can't get in it. Well, if you can't get in it, what's the point of having a car park? Or is that just an odd question? Right. 743 kilometres left to go. Is that right? Should there be stars in the sky during the daytime? I don't think so. But we'll let them pass. Let's pull over and save the game while we can. Just because. So let's save this. Okay, save. Drive. Okay, let's go this way behind that, because otherwise I get hung up on it. Let's indicate, make sure no one's coming. Doesn't appear to be in the wing mirror. And off we go. Don't damage the cars on the back. Okay. How are we doing for damage? 0. 2%? 2%? It's probably the tyre damage. I don't think I've hit anything. Right. Okie dokie. Set up to speed, cruise control on. Right, let us now just settle down. Oh look, balloon over there in the distance. That's it. Oh, there, balloon. A hot air balloon. How lovely. Hot air balloon. Yeah. Oops. That's the thing. So many distractions, you end up crashing looking at the scenery. It is nice scenery, though, look. I just wish you could kind of... There was a car park there for once. Ooh, no. Make too much of a boring video if I start stopping every time something nice to look at. Besides, there's somebody behind me. I don't think he'd appreciate it. So let's just put the cruise control on, so that we're not rapidly decelerating or accelerating. We can just concentrate on driving for a minute. If you really... No. Now isn't a good time to overtake. Is that a truck coming? Yes. Can't tell. Is it a truck or a board? Notice board. It's a truck. That is... I love Minecraft. Sad mother... He loves Minecraft. There it is. What is he, like 6? I like Minecraft. Oh dear. Right. Says me, a grown man playing a simulated truck journey. Oh god, who am I to throw stones or even Minecraft bricks? Okay, 693 kilometres, 10 hour 48 minutes. We've still got to take a ferry or the train. Could be the Channel Tunnel, and then we need to go from down south, Dover, Southampton way, over to Cardiff, which I imagine it's going to be lots and lots of windy roads. I can't imagine for a second there being a huge motorway all the way into Cardiff. Oh, is that a bit of lag, or did you just stop then? I grow, man. I think somebody just had a crash, judging by the text bottom left. Who's that? Hallerina. Whoa, don't cut my lane, you twat. Dark Townage. So, not much to comment on. The yellow building. Oh, that mustard. This field of mustard in the distance. Again, the wind farms, which I'm starting to feel are a bit obligatory everywhere. Yeah, yet another wind farm. Right. Well, a fairly straight road for once. Not certain how many people are around. Tartasan. Slow down a little bit. We'll never know. Yeah, it's a train crossing ahead of us. Come on, get those barriers up. Get the barriers up. Train. I still want to drive the trains, by the way. SCS. Still want to drive the trains. I'm that sad. I do. You reckon I could drive the truck down the train tracks? Do that for another day, maybe. Probably not a very boring video if you got like 4 yards and it stopped. And again, look. You've got all this storage yard here, containers in it, and you can't get in it. What's the point in that? Again, look. Got a little road coming off to the right. And you can't turn down it. Oh, look, it's all locked off. Oh. Seems like a fun place to load and unload from, but nope. Maybe that's in a future expansion. Right, let's get back up to speed. 70 kilometers an hour and put the cruise control back on. Well, I really could use a drink about now. My mouth's getting quite dry. Truck coming. Soul. I got soul, man. Here's a soul, man. Do, 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 do. Right. James Brown song. Yes, I'm accelerating, but I'm not. It's gravity, so it will bleed off in a second. Yeah, it's all very pretty. Right. Tap, tap, tap go the keys. So if anyone feels like sending me a G27 keyboard and mouse, a G27 steering wheel and pedals, please go for it. But, I'm quite happy to receive those. But, I could do a review on a G27 wheel and pedals. Just don't ask to send them back unless you're paying for postage, because I live in the back end of nowhere, and often postage costs more than the actual product I'm trying to have delivered. Right. There is someone behind me, but I'm not going to go any faster for them. They can go and sod it off. I've definitely driven down this road before, so it's not the first time I've been down here. I remember stopping, I think it was London to Calais, was it? Yeah. And I stopped on the left, just where that truck is, and I took some screenshots of the road at a distance. Oh, I'm getting tired. Who's that? Thea, Patrick, oh god. A few trucks there. We've got a convoy. It's a convoy. Yo, good buddy. Over that, well, the French ferry pilots are on strike again. Right. I think, is it Calais in the distance? Yeah. Right, so it's Calais we're approaching upon, which is good, because then we can scoot over to England, drive on the wrong side of a road, and then get our little ass all the way up to Calais, which is good. Now, I've got a few, not outtakes, that's the wrong word. I've got a few video clips of people driving into me and basically acting like idiots, like the guy at the beginning of this video that decided to go around the corner at a slightly faster speed than normal. So I'm starting to see my rear mirror now. You see my rear mirror, left hand side? What's going on? Oh, my bad. That was my bad. I was trying to watch him. That was my bad. Oops. I didn't do that. Maybe I should cut that from the video. That wasn't me, honest. I wasn't being nosy and watching him overtake. Okay, this guy overtaking me, I'm going to keep my eyes on the road, not watching him overtake me. That was my bad. Big time. How much damage? Oh, we got away lightly. See that? No damage. Quick, let's pull over and save. Quick, shh! Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. I just nearly crashed into him. I didn't do that. It wasn't me. Let's save this here. I don't do that sort of thing. I don't drive into people. Honest. Yes. Just watch. I'll have my name all over the. I'll be on the forums in the reporter driver thread now. It'll be my turn to be on the chopping block. But, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I have videos of other people being idiots, not me, because I never drive like an idiot. Honest. So, yeah, I've got these clips of other people being idiots. At the moment, though, if I was to cut them all down, I suppose I would have maybe 2 minutes worth of video, less. And it would not be that interesting. It needs to be longer. Which actually is a good thing, because if you think about it, each video that I do of a long journey like this is about 1 hour and 10 minutes long. Most of my videos tend to be about the 50 minutes mark. So if having done 5 or 6 or 8 videos and having done 8 hours worth of driving, I've only had 6 accidents, it means that overall the drivers on the server are actually pretty good. It's got to be said. Because if they were all idiots, then I would have minutes and minutes and minutes of footage of people constantly driving into me. Unless I've just been really lucky. Because I know some people, it's kind of, what's the word? Got me questioning this. Because I've seen some people on YouTube and on the forums on Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer, and they'll post a video and it'll be like, the idiots trucks video number 15. I'm like, what? And their video is 12 minutes long and it's all people crashing into them, but it's their 15th video. And then a week later they'll post another video, again 15 minutes long, and I'm like, how the hell do you manage to get so many people crashing into you in a week? Because I drive now, as you can see, for like 1 hour solid, 2 hours solid, and I get one person. And even then it's questionable as to whether it was them or me. And yet he's doing it, and he's got people flying into him, left, right, centre, people landed on top of him. It's like all action, the A-Team type video, and he's in the middle of it. And I'm thinking, how do you manage it? Because I drive like this, and for the most part, I'm sure some of you might agree, it's pretty boring, you know, not much happens. And yet these people, they'd be like, the Idiots and Assholes video number 19, August 2014. I'm like, what? How the hell have you managed to get so many assholes and idiots up to now in such a short time frame? I can't do it. You know, it's taken me 6 weeks of driving just to get a few minutes worth of idiots. So how the hell these guys do it, I don't know. It really does. Oh, come on, steering wheel response is so slow. Right, come on. Okay. Does this thing have power steering? Because I thought they had variable power steering. But what that means is this. If you're going down a motorway at high speed and you turn your steering wheel, you don't want to move your steering wheel a lot. You follow me? You just want to move your steering wheel a little bit, and you want to gradually move half a degree over. So you've got very graduated steering. What am I hitting on now? This side, no, that. Ugh. Let's go back a little bit. And yet, when you're doing low speed manoeuvres, say in a yard where you're marshalling the truck around, you want the steering wheel to have a lot of movement, so that when you move your steering wheel, you're not having to move it 15 times backwards to forwards to get it to move all over. I would have thought they had that, but obviously not. Anyway, I digress. I'm just wondering to myself as we drive along. So 500 kilometers. We've still got to take a boat trip. It's not a very long boat trip. Time wise, it's 20 past 8 in the morning on Thursday, so I think we are well in advance of our expected ETA delivery time. The ETA was Well, look at that, 90 kilometres an hour speed limit now. The ETA was 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday, but we've now got it down to Thursday, 4 o'clock. So we've managed to trim a fair chunk of time off that ETA. So my wife's sending me a message, probably saying make coffees, and it's too early because I'm in the middle of a video, and I did tell her. So I can't stop. I like to do my videos in one long recording session. Just makes life a lot easier. So for Zoom, we should be moving up on Calais shortly. Okay. Right, we are... Oh, we're at the docks already, look. That's a tunnel. Channel Tunnel. Let's hope this isn't as busy as Europort. Right. Clear that way. It's actually fairly quiet around here. Expecting it to be busier, but I imagine everybody wants to drive through Rotterdam and go through Europort and then complain about how busy it is at Rotterdam and Europort because they've just gone through it. Kind of makes no sense, but there you go. Right, it really is quiet around here. Okay, let's go over here. Keep to the speed limit, keep to the right side of the road. A bit I don't like, but... Right, no entry, cars only, trucks, there we go. Go a bit wide, swing in, there we go. Down onto the Channel Tunnel. So, okay, going to Calais. 35 minutes, 300. Right. Hold on, let me send a quick message to my wife. Right, let's get this thing on with them. So, oh shit, why are you not turning? Turn, damn you. There we go. Okay. Right. So, that ferry journey has now left the distance at 393 kilometres left to go. It's not going to be the easiest route because we have to go via, well, we're going to Cardiff, and if anyone knows where Cardiff is, it's in Wales, and it literally is not the easiest place to get to. So I don't know what route it's going to send us, whether it will send us into London or out down the M4, I don't know. Could even send us all the way up north to Birmingham and then swing left. I don't know which route it will change, but we should just have to drive it and see. So I'm in England, now drive on the wrong side of a road, except this is a one-way strip, so I can be on either side here. Okay. Right, welcome to Blighty. Clear that side. Okay. No, I should go right here. Yep. And there we go. Okay. Marvellous. Right, speed limit 64 kilometres an hour. Let's get up to speed, hit the cruise control. Okay, too fast, but slow down a little bit. Speed cameras in England are a little bit brutal, put it mildly. Fuel, we've got 639 kilometres range. We've got 386 kilometres left to go. Let us just do the journey. I can always pick up fuel later. Let's just get this thing done, because I think my wife is waiting for a coffee. Just it makes my life so much easier if I can just do this in one single record, because then I can just do it as one video. If I have to stop it, then I've got to load it into Sony Vegas and do all the cutting and chafing, and it just, instead of being a simple thing, it becomes a complicated thing just because I've stopped for a coffee. So my wife can wait. Well, she can always make it herself. She's got 2 pair of legs. So there's that. I'm not a slave. But, if my wife wants a freaking coffee, and she can make me a freaking coffee. Right. Well, that looks like a nice countryside over there. I wouldn't say it particularly looks like English countryside. It reminds me more of France, but Normandy. But still, pretty it is, nevertheless. There's our truck. Amazingly enough, we haven't really crashed it yet. May have got 1 or 2 bangs and scrapes on the way, but nothing to be shouting about too much. Amazed we've managed to make it in one piece so far, to be honest. Right. Were you on the wrong side of the road there, Mr. Versa? Mr. Tommy Versetti? Were you driving on the wrong side of the road, were you? Were you? Yeah, you were, but I'll let you off. I've done it myself. That's a combine harvester, because I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Dong, dong, dong. Right. Because you've got 40 acres, and I've got 63. Anyway, yeah. Who sang that song? Was it the Wurzels? Ugh. Right. All of a sudden, oh, piss off. Let it ring, let it ring. All of a sudden, I feel like a pint of cider. As soon as anyone mentions, I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Da, da, da. As soon as anyone starts singing that song, I just fancy a pint of old English cider. Strange. Right. And some hay to roll around in, and some frumptious woman to do it with. So yes, I'd like a frumptious lady and a pint of cider. And some keys to a combine harvester. Right, 346 kilometres left to go. Now in 97 kilometres an hour zone, because England drives faster than the rest of Europe for HGVs. So, let's put our foot to the metal and get a move on. Then go make a coffee. As you can probably tell, my mouth is fairly dry. Oh, of course I can't do 97 because it's the speed limit. That's fine. 90 is plenty fast enough. Ugh. Oh. Right. I'm not certain what that is off in the distance, but I'm sure it's supposed to be something up there. That grey building up on the top. Maybe. I've got no idea, so I'm not even going to pretend to guesstimate what it is. Have a truck. Who is that? That is Vadim BLR. That's odd. But I see 2 trucks pass us and only one. Oh, maybe I'm going mad. ETA is still dropping. Fuel 475 kilometers range, 220. We will do this journey with about 200 kilometers fuel left, but as soon as we uncouple, the fuel range will shoot up because we won't have such a huge load, so it doesn't really concern me. As long as we get there with enough fuel not to run out, that will do me fine. Okay, let's take the Southampton turn off. I don't think there's many people around here. Okay. No, there we go. Okay. So we're going to head towards Cardiff, finally. You always know you're heading in the right direction if you start seeing road signs with a place you're aiming to on it. Right. Let's be a rebel. Let's do 17 at 64. Why not? Let's break the speed limit a little bit. Not like there's many people out down this way. Not like there's many people at all. So yes, if you're playing this Euro Truck Simulator 2 multiplayer, want to head somewhere on the map that's not full of idiots, then I would suggest going towards Cardiff. It appears to be fairly quiet. Watch this guy ram me now, or me ram him. But having said that, no, he's behaving himself. Good. $195 kilometers left to go. And who knows, we may even still make it there in daylight. That'd be nice for once. Actually reversing in daylight. Parking it up. Yeah, nice scenery. It's very relaxing, this. Obviously I'm talking to you while recording this and mindful of the fact I've got to make my coffee or wife, but normally if you're on your own, tuned into the radio or listening to music doing this, it's fairly relaxing and chilled. It doesn't wind you up in the same way as, say, playing Counter-Strike or Battlefield 4 or games of that genre. It's the sort of game I like to play before going to bed. It kind of, I don't know, unwinds me. Not too bothered about the speed at the moment. There's nobody around really. There's me and that's it. It's not like we're zooming through Europort. There's some balloons in the distance. I don't know if you can make them out. Certainly from an iPhone I doubt you could, but there's a couple of balloons off in the distance. Again, SCS Software have done a good job of keeping the scenery fairly interesting. I suppose they'll have to, because it would get fairly boring fairly quickly if you were looking at the same thing over and over. So, yeah, it's pretty scenery. Watch the guard railing. Yeah, nice. I don't know what's over there. Something over there. Okay, 162, getting closer and closer. As the kilometres fall away. Sharp corner. Chevrons. Okay. Another balloon. Another road there, I don't think you can drive on that though. It's just part of the scenery. But yeah, it's quiet this part of the world, for sure. So if you're looking for fast action and lots of multiplayer interaction, don't come to Wales. Not in real life or virtually. It's as quiet either way. It really is. Still, job's the job. This one's paying. How much is it going to pay us? Provided we don't crash and do everything horribly, it will pay us 91,000, which is nice. With that money, we can buy another garage. Or where? Might buy one in Cardiff actually. Might set the garage up in Cardiff just so I can use it as a fast jump point in future. Again, some more industry there to the right hand side, which we can't actually access or interact with, but still it's makes the map look a little bit more interesting. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, going a bit fast at the moment, but slow it down a little bit. Not that it matters a lot, it's only me here at the moment, but still I would hate to ruin somebody else's day just because I'm going too fast. Okay. Ah, gagging for a coffee. No sugar. And oddly enough, just to completely change the topic, my wife went to a Lidl, branch of a supermarket which is available in a lot of countries now, and she bought me yesterday. I was quite surprised, A, because the wife bought me something, and B, it was, ready for this, mojito, but pre-frozen in a cup, and all you got to do is put it in the microwave for 40 seconds and then drink it. So I was like, hold on a minute, you've bought me a drink which is frozen, I then put it in the microwave to drink. Oh, it's called mojito, and it was very nice. I was quite surprised. I tried all four in about 5 minutes, one after the other, because I had the first one, I was like, can't quite make my mind up, quite tasty, just let me try another one. So I tried the second and the third and the fourth, and yeah, very nice indeed. So if I go back to Lidl at some point in the future, I shall keep my eyes out for these ready-made mojitos. All you got to do is heat them up in a microwave, which struck me as being odd. But yeah, it melted the ice just sufficiently for it to be a very nice drink indeed. Right, we're less than 100 kilometres. We are, I would say we're in spitting distance, but my mouth is so dry right now that I don't think I could do that. Maybe I'm in coughing distance of Cardiff. And it really is quiet on the map around here, huh? There's nobody. Am I still connected to the server? So yes, it's lovely and quiet around here. So I'm going to, what's the word, 97. I really don't think this speed corner is rated at 97 kilometers an hour. I would like to see you do that with a car trailer at 97 and try and keep it on the road. That would be quite an experience. Right. Yeah, kilometers will drop off fairly rapidly now. Fuel 335, range left. We're going to be almost on fumes, but we'll do it. Distance 84 kilometers. ETA 1156. Philippe Gustavo. There you go. Whoa, 459 ping. A little bit high. This is at 80 across the bridge. Speed camera there, just to remind us. Nice bridge. So look, yeah, nice bridge. Here we are, crossing on the bridge. Sweet. Right, let's get this thing done. Okay, 68 kilometers, yeah. As near as damn it there. We haven't crashed yet. We have had a few oops moments, but we're surviving. Right. Plain roads. The joys of the open road, you're not kidding. Like I say, if you're really into open roads, come to Wales. There is literally nothing around here in the way of traffic at all. So. Don't need to indicate. So, feeder lane as it is. Okay, brake. Check when coming. There we go. Fine. Right, 46 kilometres. As near as, damn it, we're almost there. Okay. I have visions in my mind of coffee already. Note to self, by the way, so I'll put this in the personal comments section. Make a coffee before I start a video, or have water on hand before starting an 1.25 hour long video, because that way I'm not going to end up coughing and spluttering all the way through the video. But there you go. That's something for the future. Okay. Cardiff and Swansea. Just slightly wide. Got a trailer swing. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I can almost see the final destination now in the mini map, bottom right. Very nearly see the end point. Obviously we're passing a quarry turn off to the right hand side, but we're carrying on into Cardiff. Let's watch the speed limit a little bit. That's nice countryside. That does look a little bit more like, well, that so far is approximately the most English type scenery I've seen in game yet, as opposed to the generic stuff. Oh look, there's a road underneath us, we haven't been down that yet. Fred. Who's that? It's Suco de Franco. I know that. Turn off to Swansea, but we're not going to Swansea. But, we could always do that. We could go from Cardiff to Swansea later, just purely to fill it in on the map, as it were. But we can see our end destination now. We're only 10 kilometres away. So yes, as you can say, I will enjoy having a coffee at the end of my long destination. But in real life, I can imagine it not being a coffee and being something that's slightly fizzy. But it's another story. Right. Make sure there's no speed cameras lurking around anywhere. Alright, 5 kilometres left to go. I'd say a fairly uneventful journey, really. Other than a few mistakes made by myself, but that's purely because I was, what's the word, being nosy and trying to do video shots and stuff. But there we go. Oh, person walking. Hello, person walking. Oh, squeak. Ah, squeakers have woken up. Bollocks. Yes, some of the cats died, but we've got plenty more. So, a little cat at the moment called Fluff. Beautiful little white cat. Who was... Where did we find Fluff? She was in a bin. Somebody had thrown Fluff into a bin. And I don't mean the big bins, I'm talking like the small bins by the side of the street that people put small rubbish bags into. One of those. So she was rescued. She's now, how many? She's now 6 weeks old. When we found her in the bin, she was approximately 2 weeks old. So we've had her about a month, and she's getting much stronger. We still feed her from the... we use a syringe to feed her, as well as some recovery food and some special digestive food, which is good for her stomach. And I think she wants feeding, because she's outside the door squeaking. A little squeaky squeak. So it looks like I'm not the only one that needs something down her throat. So yes, I ordered a coffee for myself and some food for the little kittens. Maybe at the end of this video, as I said, I will add in some photos of the cat so you know what I'm talking about. Or maybe if I get really clever, I can find a way to overlay the photos into the video. But I need to learn how to do all that sort of stuff. I've got the time. The question is, have I got the energy and the enthusiasm to do it? Right. Nearly there, 1 kilometre. It's always the last kilometre of the journey if it takes the longest. But here we are in Cardiff. Just waiting for the lights to change. Even like, look at this. I'm here, I'm the only person in the map in this area. And I'm here waiting for the lights to change because I'm that sad. Like, who will know that you've jumped the lights? Well, I will. And yeah, obviously all the people that are watching YouTube, but even if you weren't watching, I still wouldn't do it anyway. I suppose because I drive in real life and I wouldn't do it in real life, so why the hell would I do it here? Right, come on. They've changed the frequency of the traffic lights in multiplayer is set longer to let more people through, which is great if you're one of the people wanting to get through the lights, but it's a pain in the neck if you're one of the people who get stuck at the lights, but that's a small thing. Right, here we are, the final destination. Okay, let's see if we can park this thing without making too much of a fluff up, because some of the previous parking attempts have not been so hot on my part. So that. Right, now, how do we do this? Is that way? Yeah. That's the other way. Oops. There we go. There we go. Okay. Slowly does it, slowly does it. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, push that front round, push that front round. Come on, hit the front up. No, nearly did it. Which way? Which way? Which way? Which way? That way. That way. Ooh, will it let us deliver this or not? No, look at it. No. It's difficult with the keyboard. I always kind of, I don't know what to tell you. Almost get it to the last second and completely make a mess of it. Oh, do I do? Come on. Let's do it that way. Do it that way. As I said many times, I could lie. I could edit the video and pretend I'm a much better driver at reversing than I am. But what's the point? There we go. Hey, let's cash her in. Good work. So we obviously got some damage somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Good. Level 32 elite. Let's put that one on for the sake of it. Right. And there we have it. Here endeth the video. So now I can go and make myself a coffee and the wife and all the rest of it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not been the most exciting, but that's what truck driving is all about. If you want excitement, you're watching the wrong video. Simple as that. Okay, have fun. I'll catch you soon. Hoorah.